been skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to Dustin? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new Bay Alert.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A first down carry for Barkley, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And that's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go. Boom.
Here's a give to Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Back to Philly. Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he gets it down to the 32. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st down, it's Watson. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st down, Watson. Enunwa's got it, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, it's Watson. Got an open man, it's Enunwa. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Come back, come back. Target.
To the air yet again, Watson. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion.
Detroit!
And that makes this 2nd and 9.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. Gun. Detroit.
They'll set up a throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Gun.
They'll set up to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Richmond.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Reset.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Come back.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Tiger.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The sneak good for 2, but it's still going to set up a third down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on third down?
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Come back.
Here's Watson now on second down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Watson now looking to throw on second down. Dorsett's got it, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Come back. Tiger.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go around.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Gun, 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 gun. Gun, 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 gun.
Now back to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Richmond.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Watson to throw on 3rd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Over the middle, Dorsett. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Come back.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 2nd down. And now look at him go. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come back. Tiger.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Reset.
Again, it's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. And able to find Dorsett. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Third and long, it's Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they can...
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Telvin Smith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some splaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions in the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this 4th quarter and the rest of this game very interesting.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll drop to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll set up to throw. From the left side, complete. It's Cole. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
Hey, watch that. Check right 54. Right 54.
I'm coming after you.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Back to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson down to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Richmond. Tiger. Black 99 Philly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Reset. Richmond. Black 22.
Now Watson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his third touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Chargers. Important extra point up and through, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
All right, now, lucky 56.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Reset.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And some room for him there as they take this up to about the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. The Chargers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Richmond. Reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Noah Spence with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7.